Okay, now I've just finished filming my recap. Now this is an official video for the astrology for June. And I did the theme which I got for May, which was fun, because May provided me an opportunity for fun, and I did a video all about it. It was an opportunity or container to get me out of this routine type of environment, which I was sick of the latter part of the year, early part of the year. And so May provided this opportunity for leisure, fun, because I was invited to a festival, which was in California, and to a stocks conference for 2 weeks, and go on a road trip there, with a train and stuff like that, which was a nice experience. But now this is gonna be a video for June, and I nicknamed, I don't know what the actual theme for June is, but I nicknamed the theme for June letting go, because I might move to a different state, which is Hawaii, because I always want to move to Hawaii, and also like this connection I have with this guy who lives in Hawaii. So yeah, so I'll make a video for June, for astrology video for June. So for June, the first quarter moon is in Virgo. That means that a lot of your energy is going to be focused towards creating this kind of like feeling of stability, not stability, but feeling of practicality, routine-oriented things, details with the Virgo. That's energy is going to be necessary for the whole entire month. June 3rd, moon in Virgo square Mercury in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini means that let's say, Mercury does really well in Gemini, because Gemini, I feel like Mercury is the ruler for Gemini, but your ability to communicate communicate specifically ideas in the mind and intellect. Your ability to do that is going to be profound or great during this time. Although it runs square with moon in Virgo, which means that you're wanting for practicality, and the practical oriented part of life and detail oriented part of life is going to run in contradiction towards that, I guess. Or it's going to create this challenge for that, for your ability to do that. Let's go to June 4th, Venus in Aries, sextile Jupiter in Gemini. Venus in Aries means that, because of Venus, and I'm thinking that coincidentally my Venus was in Aries in May, because of the fact that I actually did initiate, well, that's astrology coincidence, I did actually initiate new friendships, or new, not relationships, but more like new friendships, and there is this initiation quality for friendships and relationships and during the month. And there's gonna be one for June as well, the beginning of June, Venus in Aries, because Aries is about forward moving in action, and Venus is about love and romance. So there is going to be this quality of initiation for love and romance again for June, and I think it was a thing for May that did manifest, but that's going to come in sextile, which is going to do well with Jupiter and Gemini. And Jupiter is about worldly things that affect the world, and things of worldly nature, and things that are big in nature. And Gemini, and because Jupiter in Gemini, this communication part of life will have this worldly aspect to it. And I think particularly the media, messaging, news media, internet media, social media, anything that has to do with media, phones, all that type of stuff, that's gonna have like this worldly aspect towards it. So I think that part of life, the media, is gonna be affected by this Jupiter. So that part of life, the media, is going to change to have this more worldly quality towards it, where essentially something in the world will affect that part of life. That will go really well with this Venus in Aries, which is this relationship part, or this moving forward action part. So this media part of life is gonna come in hand in hand with relationships, or love relationships. Because Venus Aries sextile Jupiter and Gemini. So June 5th, Mercury in Gemini sextile Mars in Leo. So Mercury in Gemini, this is gonna be the results of form of communication in Gemini. Mars in Leo. Leo is a creative part, is a creative energy, which is the illuminator, the part, the zodiac that illuminates certain things. Leo. And Mars is the action part. So Mars means that you're going to use this creative energy from Leo to take action. Whatever your inspiration that you have for in life will cause you to create this action, and it will run perfectly in tandem with your ability to communicate well because of this Mercury in Gemini. And that's June 5th. June 6th, Moon in Libra, sextile Mars in Leo. Moon in Libra, the moon is an sexual desire to harmonize, to unify, to provide justice for somebody else, which is the Libra, which is the moon in Libra. And it has to do with fairness. This will run in tandem, and this will do well with Mars and Leo, which is the creative energy from Leo that is necessary to take action. So taking action will have this quality of wanting to create justice and unification from Libra. June 7th, Moon in Scorpio square Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in itself is this rebirth quality. This also has to do with the war and destruction, which creates rebirth, but Pluto itself is the rebirth quality of life. Aquarius itself is the human ideals, human potential, innovation. So this is exciting because the Pluto, and this was in that sign, Pluto was in that sign for like a couple months. This Pluto, there's gonna be this rebirth in the belief. There's gonna be rebirth in the human innovation, human potential side of life, and transformation with Pluto. But it comes in opposition to squaring, so it's going to do negative when the moon in Scorpio, which is the instinctual desire for transformation, and also emotional expression, transmutation, rebirth, or life and death cycle. And actually, ironically, Pluto is in Scorpio, or Pluto is the ruler planet for Scorpio. One of the ruler planets for Scorpio. June 8th, Mercury enters Cancer, which means that this communication part of life with Mercury is going to be Cancer, which is about, you're going to be communicative about your ability or desire and wanting for shelter, security, shelter, home life, emotions, private emotions, privacy, sensitivities. That's going to come, these parts of the life are going to come in communications, so you're going to be communicative about these parts of life. Mercury in Gemini conjunction Jupiter in Gemini. Ironically, well, this is actually before it goes to Cancer. Mercury in Gemini conjunction Jupiter in Gemini. This communication part of life is going to have this worldly part of life, and it will have to do with media, mass media, social media, texting, phones, and you're gonna have this opportunity to communicate and to use your mind to create ideas and to communicate those ideas. Jupiter, June 9th, Jupiter enters Cancer, which means this part of life, which is home life, sensitivities, emotions, privacy, sheltering, things regarding the home, and private things. This part of life is going to have this worldly aspect towards it, which means that you're going to actually, let's say, move, or you're going to move during that part of life. So this worldly part of life will be affected by this Cancer because of the Jupiter. So this actually deals with things with living locations and home life. Because of this worldly Jupiter, your home life might change. You might change your living situation because living or pilgrimage and travel has to do with worldly things, and Cancer has to do with home life. So the home life will be more worldly, where you're gonna change your home life to let's say to fit into this Jupiter. So Jupiter will affect that part of life, which is Cancer, which is home life. Jupiter is the bigness of life. June 9th, Mercury Cancer square Saturn Aries. So this home life, this part of life, which is home life, which sheltering, privacy, emotions, is being affected by Mercury, which is communication, the mind, intellect. But it's going to run in position because of the square. It's going to run in position with, let's say, with the Saturn Aries. So with Saturn Aries, you're going to have this proclivity towards taking action, or this kind of like you're going to be taking action. But because of Saturn is about responsibility, isolation, consequences. So whatever action you're going to take, which is going to be big, will have its own consequences, and you have to be able to choose the right consequences for taking that action. And you're gonna have to choose the right consequences, and because there's so much potential for a consequence for taking this action, which is Aries, you're gonna have to take responsibility for what actions you're gonna take to create the positive consequence on the negative ones. And this Saturn Aries is gonna contend or against this Mercury Cancer, which is communication in home life, private life, emotions, sensitivities, which means that there's gonna be consequences for, let's say, communicating certain things, but all in all, it could be positive. Venus Taurus square Pluto in Aquarius means that Venus comes in Taurus, so your love and romance part of life is going to have this quality of having fun, stability, sensuality. But it's gonna come against your desire, this having fun is gonna come against your desire to be reborn or rebirth in the realm of human potential, ideas, and innovation. So your desire for transformation is gonna come against your wanting to have fun and sensuality in relationships. Because the Aquarius is gonna change the human potential, is going to change, and the Pluto is going to change the human potential. It's going to change the human, this innovation part of life. Mercury in Cancer, square Neptune Aries. Neptune Aries means that there's gonna be kind of quality of omen. But there's gonna be Neptune is about dreams, imagination, hopes, ideals, the future. It's similar to certain signs or plans, but that's what it's about. You're gonna use your imagination to take action, but there's gonna be this unconscious part of taking action. But whatever is in your imagination is gonna manifest, and you're gonna take action on it. And Mercury in Cancer, it's square with Mercury in Cancer, because while you want to take action, you also want this home life, or this type of life that is for secure, is in charge of security, which is the Cancer. And Mercury is for communication, so you're going to want to communicate what you want to do with your home life, but you also want to use your imagination to take action. Also, June 11th, Mercury in Cancer, sextile Venus Taurus. This quality of communicating in home life, emotions, privacy, studies is going to do really well with Venus Taurus, which is about relationships and sensuality in context of relationships and friendships. June 11th, Sagittarius full moon means that you're gonna, let's say, reap the rewards or reap the benefits from the Sagittarius, which is about Sagittarius is about philosophies, new ideas, wisdoms, adventure. That's why it does well in Jupiter and Sagittarius, because they're similar. The Sagittarius is about that, so you're gonna actually reap the rewards or the gains that you gained from the wisdom that you got from this adventure, the way you got from these new philosophies, new ideas, and kind of like the Renaissance type of feel to it. So you're gonna reap the rewards from that from the June month. So you're gonna capitalize on the energy to create in the future. Also, June 15th, Mars and Leo square Uranus and Taurus means that the creative energy that you're going to use to take action is going to run in against Uranus Taurus, which is about radical change, but this radical change is going to be around having fun, sensuality, and while you want to take action, you also want to have this way of having fun and staying grounded and stability in Taurus. So you want to have the quality, but also you want to take it. Sorry, my video cut off. June 15th, Jupiter Cancer square Saturn Aries. You're wanting to, let's say, to take action and to create the correct consequence for taking action. It is going to run against this Jupiter. This Jupiter was about worldly things, the big things in home and environment. So whatever you do regarding your home, it might come squarely against your ability to create the right action. So whatever action you take regarding your home life, which is Jupiter in Cancer, or living location, or anything that has to do with home, whatever action you take will have direct consequences, and you will have to choose the right consequences for taking the action to change your home life. June 15th, Mars and Leo square Uranus Taurus. This was actually, this is a repeat. This is already there. June 17th, Mars enters Virgo. your desire to create action is going to be in alignment with routine-oriented things, doing detail stuff, small things. So you're going to be particularly action-oriented regarding doing detail-oriented tasks during this time. Let's see. June 18th, Jupiter in Cancer, square Neptune in Aries. Your desire for bigness, for Jupiter for bigness in the context of home life, sheltering, and emotion sensitivities is going to run against your wanting to use your imagination to take action. So whatever is in your imagination might not work clearly to take action regarding home life. June 18th, last quarter moon in Pisces, you're going to have this opportunity to filter out your unconscious mind. So you're going to filter out your conscious mind, which is, the unconscious mind have to do with emotions, transitions to unconscious, which is Pisces. You're going to filter out that part of life, and you're going to transmutate this part of life and transmutate your emotions on June 18th. June 19th, Moon in Aries, Sextile, Pluto Aquarius. Your instinctual desire to take action, which is the Aries, and the Moon, which is emotions. Your instinctual desire to take action is going to run perfectly with your desire for rebirth and new ideas and new philosophies. June 20th, Sun enters Cancer. This energy is going to be perfect when the Sun's illuminating energy. This energy is going to be perfect for taking care of home life, private life, emotions, sensitivities. So you're going to have this quality of taking care of that part of life and taking care of that part of life. And this is actually, ironically, because this Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, and the Sun in Cancer, ironically plays well into my desire to move, or my dates where I'm gonna move. On June 22nd, Mars in Leo, sextile Jupiter in Gemini, means that you're wanting to take action. You're using creative energy to take action is going to go well with the Jupiter in Gemini, apparently in Gemini again, ironically, but it's gonna go well with, I know when it went back in Gemini, but Gemini is about media and mass communication and the worldly part of that life. So I don't know, I'm gonna skip that because I don't know what's going on with how Jupiter is in Cancer. And there's 2 more pages. Sun in Cancer square Saturn Aries, meaning that this positive energy for creating good home life environment, sheltering, emotions, sensitivity, privacy, is going to run against your ability or your proclivity or your tendency to take action, and the consequence for taking a specific action with Saturn in Aries. So there's going to be consequence for taking action, and there's probably going to be consequence for taking action, real things in home life. And that energy is going to be there. Sun in Cancer, square Neptune in Aries. This energy regarding home life, emotion sensitivity, and sheltering is going to run straightly against Neptune Aries, which is using your imagination to take action. So whatever is in your imagination will come to fruition, but won't be necessarily beneficial regarding home life. But there's going to be consequence, but it's going to be more like a challenge, more like a risk, more like a learning opportunity rather than a consequence. So your home will change, but there is going to be consequence for, and there's going to be learning opportunity challenges met with changing your home life. June 25th, Moon in Cancer, conjunction Jupiter in Cancer, means that your essential desire to create good home life, which is your emotions, which the moon is your emotions, and Cancer is home life, emotions, privacy. So your essential desire to create good home life. Well, basically, this is a good luck sign. Actually, this is what I read from this energy. It's a good luck sign or marker for changing home life. It's June 25th because of Jupiter and Cancer, or changing this part of life, or creating the worldly part aspect towards this part of life, which has to do with home, emotions, sensitivities, and privacy. June 26th, Mercury enters Leo. Your ability to communicate will come in with your Leo, which is the inspiration, creative energy, illumination. So you're going to have this inspiration to communicate certain things because of this Leo. And this Leo will do well with communication. Mercury Cancer, square Uranus Taurus. Your desire to use your mind to communicate things relative to home life and privacy and emotions is going to do really well with this radical change part of sensuality and pleasure and stuff like that. June 26th, Sun in Cancer, sextile, Moon in Virgo. So this energy for creating good home life, emotions, sensitivity, stuff like that is going to do well with your desire or instinctual ability to take action regarding practical, oriented, routine-oriented part of life and details. Sorry, that video cut off again. Now I have to go again, and June 20, and this is near the end. June 29th, Mercury and Leo, opposition, Pluto and Aquarius. So your desire to communicate and this energy, creative energy that is used to, inspiration that is used to communicate, which is Mercury, is going to run in direct opposition towards this rebirth energy of rebirth in terms of human potential, ideas, and innovation. So this one part of you is gonna create the necessity for rebirth in human potential, ideas, and innovation, while the other part will want to use this inspiration and energy and this quality of illuminating things to communicate certain things in life. June 30th, the Moon in Virgo, conjunction Mars in Virgo. Your Moon is in sexual feeling, emotions regarding. It's actually also another good luck thing. Moon is in sexual emotions, feelings regarding practicality, practical details. Small detail-oriented tasks is going to do well with your taking action regarding those detail-oriented tasks, which is Mars and Virgo. So you're going to take action regarding those detail-oriented tasks, and you're going to do well with that. And there's going to be a good energy for that. So yeah, that was the recap for June astrology. Yeah.